And above all, he is a diehard Manchester United fan. One of those Manchester United fans holding on till the glory days and seeking hope.
Yes, no, she's a Real Madrid fan as well.
Everybody knows.
Okay.
Everybody knows that. I was thinking, isn't it an irony having a Manchester United fan talk about a title race?
Wow.
Say the truth. As a Manchester United fan, you want Arsenal to win the title?
Because we can't. We're not going to win it, yeah. And obviously.
Let's go! Football time! When the noise fades and the game is done, it's time for the final whistle! The final whistle!
When the noise fades, when the game is done, only one thing matters. The final whistle. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Frances, also known as Sharpie, and I'm coming to you all the way from Nigeria. I'm your host, and I'm super excited, super pleased to welcome you to the very first episode of The Final Whistle. You're probably wondering what we do out here. What we do is we dive into trending football topics, heated football debates, exclusive interviews, and of course, a touch of fun with engaging games. Yeah. So today, this is the very first episode. So I'm trying to make it like super short because it's more like a test run. Yes. So what am I going to be talking about today? I'm going to be talking about this Premier League title race. And you know what? I'm not here to talk about this alone. I've got someone with me. Oh my God. Yeah. And yes, I'm about to introduce the person now. This person is an electrical engineer. So I'm going to be using a touch of electrical terminologies in the introduction, to pay attention. So this person is not just my friend, he is someone who understands current, not just in circuits, but in football debates. Yeah, he's an electrical engineer by training. Disclaimer, if at any point this conversation shocks you, please do well to hold him responsible, not me. And above all, he is a diehard Manchester United fan. One of those Manchester United fans holding on till the glory days and seeking, hoping, but this time around with big chances of qualifying for the UEFA Champions League next time. So he's here with passion, he's here with opinion, and maybe some bias. Join me to make welcome my guyest guy in the building, David.
Thank you.
David.
I'm super excited to be here to run this video. You know, we've had our discussions on football, banter ourselves so many times, you know, when it comes to this football talks. And I'm really excited to be here doing this video.
Oh, thank you so much, David. David, on the other hand, I was just thinking, we've got Arsenal firing down the title race. We have Manchester City chasing behind them, hunting for the same league title. I was thinking, isn't it an irony having a Manchester United fan talk about a title race?
Wow. I hope you guys know she's a Real Madrid fan as well.
Everybody knows.
Okay.
Everybody knows that.
Arsenal have been doing well this season. They've played a lot of good football. They have good football going on in the team. They had good players, some setbacks though, but you know, it's a team that cannot be a setback for you, you know. When you spend a lot of money on the team before the beginning of the season, you have to like do what you can. And if you know, they've been going for this run for like how many seasons so now? They've been second, and I just actually wish them the best this season. You know, they've already lost to
you're wishing them the best for real.
Yeah,
Say the truth. As a Manchester United fan, you want Arsenal to win the title?
Because we can't. We're not going to win it, yeah. And obviously, Manchester City has done.
They've turned People's League to Farmers League.
You get, so I really don't want them putting their hands on that trophy. If Liverpool was going for it, I wouldn't even mind, but let them just get their hands on the trophy.
Well, this is rare because out of social media content, all these football content creators rather, I see that many of them, Chelsea fans, Manchester United fans, they don't want Arsenal to lay their hands on that trophy. They want to just give them that title of near success syndrome.
It's just that Arsenal has been very good at bottling this trophy and all that, you know.
I feel they're enjoying the banter.
The whole bottling FC stuff going on is because it's something we are so used to.
Yeah.
Everybody has seen how they've drastically moved from winning a trophy away from even getting their hands on runners and all that. So
That's something else anyway. Well, you guys are where you guys on the table? I mean Manchester
we're
United.
third now. We're trying compared to last season.
Yeah, you're all trying. Sure. I would have said that, bringing a Manchester United fan to talk about title race, it's like giving somebody who's failed an exam to mark the screed. But anyways.
But you should know that in the last 5 years we've had like 2 trophies.
Okay.
2 domestic trophies.
Okay.
We had where we won the Carabao Cup against Newcastle. We won the FA Cup against, I think it was Man City or so.
Okay.
So we've had more titles in the past 6-8 years compared to Arsenal. I think Man City has only been the team that has been doing extraordinary things when it comes to the Premier League and all that.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much, David. So we're going to delve into the topic, okay? We're talking about the Premier League title race. And looking at the table right now, Arsenal are 9 points clear, although Manchester City have a game in hand anyway. So let's say Manchester City have played that game and they've won, they'll be about 6 points clear. So it's like 6 to 9 points clear. That should be a comfortable stay at the top of a table at this stage. However, it's like the race is very, very far from over. Especially after their loss to Manchester City at the Carabao Cup final and their elimination from the FA Cup by Southampton. So do you think that this is the beginning of a collapse for Arsenal, or it's just a bad week for them?
When we talk about Premier League is so intense when it comes to these final days. I cannot really say they have their hands on the trophy already. Let's take a look at the La Liga team, for example. Yeah, you're a Manchester fan, yeah? So, how many points is it Abaka leading you guys with?
Right now,
yeah?
7, bro.
So, do you still think, like, you guys can win that trophy?
With the way the boys are playing now, and with this whole return, see, if it were the way we were playing before the international break, I would have hopes. But right now, with that thing I saw against Mallorca, bro, I'm not even gonna lie. I have washed my hands from the title, and I'm going to be so surprised should Madrid even win the title from Barca. Because Barca don't look like people are about to lose a whole 2 games and draw 1 or something.
And it's just a couple of games to go, right? I think 6 or 5. So
we have about 8 to go.
Everybody just needs to be on their A game to, get their hands on what they want to get their hands on. For Arsenal, for example, they should try to at least, if it's like 6 or 5 games remaining to go for the season, they should try and win at least all of them. They want to actually get the trophy, because if they actually win all their games, there's nothing actually stopping them from winning the trophy. Yeah?
Right.
And I know Man City, they are so good at what they do. They initially can just go on and win the remaining games of the season. That's what they're very good at.
Is what they are good at. And right now, the pressure is not even on Manchester City right now.
Yeah.
The pressure is not on them. They're just smiling. They're just behind Arsenal. They have just won the Carabao Cup, so they have the trophy already. There's no much pressure. They are the ones doing the chasing. Do you understand? It's not like they're being chased.
That's true.
So, and they're still in the FA Cup. They're still chasing the league title. So,
and it's very possible for them to even win the FA Cup as well.
Wow.
I think they're favourite to win that. I just feel like Arsenal will do their best, be on their A game, because I know they are not going to win the Champions League. Champions League is not for clean FC and all that, so they are not going to do it.
There's just
that's crazy, because I don't feel like, I never felt like there's a chance for them to like get their hands on that Champions League trophy. It's going to take a lot. You need to see the way PSG was balling last season before they could get their hands on.
Before they could get their hands on that thing.
It's very crazy. You have to be on your A game, A+ for that matter.
So this could just be the time where Manchester City are moving with so much momentum, probably not to even lose any other game, and should Arsenal just lose guard. 2 games is done. It is done. I can remember those guys will not sleep, guy. The banter is going to be.
Pep Guardiola, he's not gonna sleep on that at all.
People have been insulted, as I said, from quadruple. I see that stuff online. I say from quadruple to treble, from treble to double, from double to terrible.
Now they are praying, because it's a terrible form for them.
Bro, oh my god.
You know how losing games can bring down the momentum of the team.
Yeah. It does. But now there's so much pressure on Arsenal. I think that one thing that's going to be a huge factor in their ability to win the Premier League is their ability to handle pressure. Because right now there's so much pressure on them. They lost the Carabao Cup, knocked out of the FA Cup. Right now Manchester City is chasing them. So there's so much pressure on them because everyone is looking at them, calling them butlers. And I'm sure that these players, these managers, they know that people are calling them butlers.
For sure.
They see these things and they
have
know.
Management, they have news going around. So
yeah. So to them now it's going to be like Jesus from quadruple Nana to remain. If you know win this two like this, Jesus, everybody go chop also waiting know that. Ateta knows that his job is going to be at risk if he does not win. So do you think that they can actually handle this pressure?
I feel like with the way things are going, they just have to put a lot of focus on what they are doing and leave outside from the whole matter. You understand? Because the pressure is really tense outside the club, but I cannot really tell about inside the club because I feel like it's going to be so intense when they go for board meetings and all that. Because I feel like the board is not going to be happy with Arteta for, leaving both the FA and the Carabao Cup. He got to the Carabao Cup final and could not even get his hand on that. That's the closest they come to a final. So they needed that momentum to push the team forward. We've got it to the final. Let's just get our hands on this trophy. Let's see what we can do next. The same thing happened for PSG last season. They won, I think, 4 trophies. When they got to that moment that, okay, let's get our hands on this trophy, they were able to push for it. And I feel like if Arsenal can't do that, I feel like they are not actually how would I put it? We're in a good shape for them to like go for trophies because that's a very huge setback for them, not being able to like go on a domestic trophy and just win it.
Because if they had won that Carabao Cup, I feel like the pressure would have been reduced because they'll be like, at least we have one. There's not much pressure, and
the momentum will be there to boost them to like go for what they want to. They'll focus more on the Premier League because they know, okay, we are ahead. We have like 6 or 7 points clear, so let's just push. We already got this one in the box. Let's just go. But right now, it's like, we can't even get our hands on this one. What are we going to do next? So there's a lot of things in the whole club and all that, even with the players as well.
So at the end of the day, let's say that Arsenal are 6 points clear. They have a head-to-head with Man City on the, I think, 16th or 19th, one of them. They have like head-to-head. They're going to go head-to-head with Man City. And it's like, oh my God. So if they're 6 points clear, should Man City defeat them in that match, bro? Man City, they're going to be just 3 points clear. So it'll be like one game left. So do you think that game is going to be a title decider? So if, for example, let's say Man City defeats them in that game, do you think that if Man City should defeat them in that game, the title is over for Arsenal?
The Premier League has been so crazy this season because out of the blue moon, the Premier League table has been so crazy. A team from beneath the table can just come,
just like Manchester United, ahead of Chelsea and Liverpool.
What I say, we've been good this season.
Initially, when it started, Chelsea and Liverpool, they were ahead of people now. They were even laughing at people at some point.
Then we became better.
Yes, now that's what I'm saying. So, now people became better, and all of a sudden, people are now bragging and dragging them. Like, bro.
No, you should know my club is a very big club.
Of course.
We are supposed to be at that title contending stage.
I feel like Manchester United is so big that even if people go for relegation, people go and start watching
relegation. Obviously, we are so big. I feel like Real Madrid is the only club bigger than Manchester United.
Ooh, we can say that again, baby.
Obviously, I need to class about. Real Madrid is actually one of the biggest clubs in the world, and I would say Manchester goes next because we've been there, we've been in the game, we've created memories, we've created histories, we've had trophies. It's been. What would I say?
I know, right? Take it easy. I understand.
But we are getting there.
Okay, that's good. So at this point now, I'm going to call out some criteria, and you're going to choose between Manchester City and Arsenal, who has the advantage in these areas. Okay, so I'm going to be starting with consistency all season. Who's had a higher level of consistency all season between Man City and Arsenal?
Well, if you take a look at both teams, I feel like Manchester City has not been on their A game this season.
True.
They've had times that they flopped. I felt like because they had a lot of changes, they had new players had to come in. They got Checky, they got Mamouche. They had to go recently for that Crystal Palace defender. They had so many changes in their squad, and in a team like that, you need time to like make the whole team play as one. But even with them not being their A game, they still have been better than so many clubs in the Premier League. When we talk of consistency and all that, because at the first half of the season, we had Aston Villa, we had Crystal Palace at the top. Sure. It's crazy for you to keep that consistency going, for you to remain there. Arsenal has done very well from the beginning of the season. The first game of the season was against us, Manchester United. It was a very intense game. I watched that game because I was actually thinking, what's Amon going to do? you gave your momentum speech last season, and we are obviously waiting for you to do something crazy for us this season. But I feel like between Manchester City and Arsenal, I think Arsenal has done really well.
Yeah, when it comes to consistency.
When it comes to consistency, yeah, they've
And
done
of course,
really well.
for big point gap advantage.
Because I actually don't see a point where they've lost that point. That's
Yeah, I think they've
first.
been at top since October.
Since it has just been crazy. They've done so well. They've done so well.
So who has it? Yeah, of course. When it comes to big points gap, Arsenal has it. They've had a bigger points gap. Defense, better defense.
Better defense. Obviously, Arsenal had they have Saliba, they have Giroud, so they've been so
Arsenal.
good.
But when it comes to experience run-ins, that's for title races.
You obviously know that Manchester City, they are so good at that. They've won 3 Premier Leagues in a row. If not four.
They won
in a
4,
row.
bro. They
So
literally turned the Premier League to format
That's
league.
very crazy. That's very crazy. That's a club that
I
knows
always
how to
say,
do it.
yeah, I always say that those guys turned the Premier League to format league because even Real Madrid and Barcelona
Well,
in
they
this
spent-
century, we
they
don't
spent-
get 4 in a row.
They spent a hell of money on the transfer window, so yeah.
Okay. Then psychological advantage. Who has the psychological advantage?
Now I still feel like it's Man City.
Of course it
I
is.
feel
Of
like it's
course
Man
it
City
is.
because when you look at the coach behind the team, he's one crazy dude we have out there.
Yeah.
He's played for so many big clubs. He's played for Barca. He has coached Barca. He coached Bayern. You know.
And he did well with their 1 league titles, Champions League.
So I feel like he has the mentality. His psychology on the game is so tight. He actually can win trophies for a club. That's something I see. So Man City has that.
Okay. So at this point, it is safe to say that Arsenal have the points ahead, but Manchester City have the aura, the winning aura.
For example, do you actually feel like if Man City is in the position Arsenal is right now, are we going to be contemplating about them losing?
Of course, it will be like the title is theirs already.
Do you get?
Well, because it's Arsenal and
it's crazy for us to like.
oh my
It's very
god.
crazy. We will not even be discussing this. Who's going to
Exactly.
win the trophy and all that because they're already there 6 points clear. They are not going to drop a point. I trust Man City's squad for that. They're not going to
Yeah,
drop a point.
Arsenal fans out there, we're super sorry. We don't just come here to banter you guys. It's just what you guys have shown us in the past.
You just have to prove.
You have to prove us
Otherwise,
wrong. Exactly. It's
yeah.
going to remain like that until proven
Just have-
otherwise.
Because I actually told you guys to do better, but you guys are actually out of 2 cups already.
And of course, they're not winning the Champions League. So this Premier League is their only hope. Only hope. Okay, so go ahead. You want to say something?
I'll have to ask a question. Let's say
Okay, go ahead.
peradventure, Arsenal has to go to the Champions League final,
Okay.
meeting clubs like Barca or Munich. Who do you think is going to win?
Is that a question? What the hell? Champions League final. Of course, Bayern Munich have Champions League experiences. More Champions League experience. Barca are the same thing too. So I don't think we're going to be debating. Should Arsenal win, it's going to be an upset. If Arsenal wins Barca in the Champions League final or Bayern Munich in the Champions League final, it's going to be an upset, honestly. And Arsenal is going to I think Arsenal is going to. Okay, Arsenal cannot meet Barca in the finals. They're going to probably meet in semis also. Should they, like get qualified from this round? And I want them to qualify for me so that they can help me eliminate Barca. I feel like they have a chance.
Do you think
I
so?
feel like they have a
Remember last
chance. Who are they even facing?
Remember last season, Arsenal they took you guys out of the Champions.
Yeah, it's because of the Champions League.
It's crazy. Football
I feel like
can
they are
be
the ones that have the possibility of eliminating Barca on that their line because they have very good defense. And Barca has very stupid. Barca doesn't have defense, so
and
their
they play
attackers save
highlights,
them.
and
Exactly.
that's crazy.
Exactly. I feel like Arsenal will be. Who is Arsenal even facing? Say? I feel like Arsenal will be in better position to eliminate Barca. Well, we never can tell. It's football at the end of the day, and anything can happen. So, to the Arsenal fans out there, could this be the season where Arsenal ends the drought, the whole title draft, or for the Premier League, or could this be another Manchester City title heist? Is Man City about to steal the title from Arsenal again? What do you all think about this, guys? At this juncture, I think we've come to the end of this episode. And I want to say thank you so much to my Manchester United fan friend out here. Join me talk about this.
It's a pleasure. I'm so happy to be here.
Should Manchester City defeat Arsenal in the head-to-head Premier League match, do you think that's going to be the end of the title race for Arsenal? Drop your takes on this in the comment section. As an Arsenal fan out there, are you tense? Do you think that you guys can actually win this title? Or is Manchester City going to steal the title again away from Arsenal? A lot of people have been saying from quadruple to treble, from treble to double, from double to trouble. Anyway, I wish all of the Premier League teams the best. I'm not a Premier League fan, so I have nothing against any Premier League team, guys. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining us on the first episode of The Final Whistle. So do well to subscribe and see you guys in the next episode. Adios.
Time for